Hey there guys, welcome to Anthony Reviews, where of course Anthony reviews. And today is a very special episode. We are taking a look at the HasLab G.I. Joe Skystriker. Now this is my first HasLab as well as the G.I. Joe brand's first HasLab. HasLab, for those of you who don't know, is essentially kind of a Kickstarter-esque project where Hasbro will get some of their bigger items that they can't necessarily promise they'll sell in stores, or guarantee rather, and they get a bunch of people. They say we need this many people by this certain date, and if we get those people, we'll make it. And so that's what they did. Marvel has done it, Transformers has done it, Star Wars has done it, and so now G.I. Joe has done it. And this is sort of a throwback to the original Skystriker released in the G.I. Joe A Real American Hero toy line back in the 80s, 1983. This is sort of based off of the real Tomcat jet, and so HasLab has brought this to us, and so I'm excited to look into it as my first HasLab experience. So here we have quite a few figures. What was initially promised was just 2 of these figures, but with a lot of tears hit and surprise sort of details, we got some Cobra figures, including that Cobra Commander, which is based off of the misprint Mickey Mouse, as they call it, due to the Cobra logo having Mickey Mouse ears. We have sort of the figures you would expect, like Ace, and then a new character, Failsafe, that's based off of the character printed on the box, who never got a figure, so now he has a figure of his own. And then characters that we unlocked by getting a certain amount of people. We got Scarlet, as well as Night Force Ripcord. So all in all, you get quite a bit. Here's everything that comes out that is sort of separate pieces. You do have quite a bit of separate pieces. We've got things like the gas car and the missile carrier and wings and bits and bobs and missiles and display stand. Whole bunch of stuff. It's honestly kind of daunting when you first open it up, just because there's so much you don't know where to start. And that's honestly how I felt when I opened up this box. It really felt like a experience, trying to make sure I had everything, make sure I wasn't missing anything. You do get these missiles with blast effects, which is pretty neat, kind of unique. And these blast effects also work on the chairs that we will soon put in the jet itself. Here's a look at some of the pieces sort of put together. These 2 carts here, we'll get stickers on them later on. One cool detail about this is, of course, you can pull out the fuel hose here, and then you can sort of yank it back in. Kind of gets a little messy if you don't do it just right, but it still works. This is the jet as you get it out of the box. It's as plain as you can imagine it. There's still some decals on there, so it's not a complete sort of blank slate. You don't have to put every sticker. We'll get to stickers, don't you worry, but in terms of what you get straight out of the box, this is what you get right here. So, pretty simple. We do get quite a bit of instructions right out of the box. Places to put the stickers, as well as sort of a detail sheet of the plane itself. And then here's some more instructions on how to use certain things, where certain things go. The works. As I alluded to before, we do get stickers, and you do get a lot of stickers. You will not use every sticker. They give you tons of options to sort of customize your own Skystriker in a way. You can make it look like an actual Tomcat if you want, instead of it being a G.I. Joe vehicle. And then, of course, if you want to go full Cobra, you can make it Cobra-ified in the snake pit. So here on the back of the chair, we do have a removable parachute, which is kind of a neat feature. You can sort of have the ejector seat come out and then launch this Skystriker themed parachute here. Pretty cool. It's just like the old days of having the Green Army Men figures. Any of you guys have those? I had quite a bit. That's what this makes me think of. You can plug this in to the back of the chair, and voila, you got this nice little parachute seat so you can have your Joe plugged in and dropping if you'd like. Here, as you can see, is the cockpit area. We've got two little holes that we can plug the chairs in so that you can go ahead and slide those. This is one of the very few times, if not the only time. I'm not too sure about that, honestly. I'm not an expert on the Skystriker by any means, but we do have a two-seater. I believe the original might have been, but I know the 25th anniversary was not. Here are the wings. You just plug them in. Be careful. That's all I can recommend, is be careful. And then on the back here, we can kind of see the bottom of it, as well as where to put the sort of engine thrusters. Same thing with the tail fins here. Just plug them in. It's a little scary just because you do have to apply that force on such an expensive toy. And then we'll also put in the black tail fins as well. You do get different pieces to kind of customize, but for this, let's put the black in. On the bottom here, you can pull out the landing gear by pulling on the hook that's used to cause it to land. Pretty satisfying to have those pop out. And here it is, standing with the landing gear. Not bad looking. Figures that we have here are sort of the Cobra guys. We've got ground crew, we've got a trooper. As I mentioned earlier, we also do have the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. I don't think I'm going to open these up, if I'm being honest. These, however, I do feel like I need to open these up. You know, like when you think Skystriker, you think of Ace, and now I hope you will think of Failsafe as well. He's right there with them. But here are the figures out of their packaging, in and out of the packaging, like Scarlet here. I do like the return of file cards. I think that looks neat on these figures. And the figures themselves are really nice. I've gotten a couple of the O-Ring figures, and this is a nice little collection. If you just got the Skystriker, I think you'd be happy with having just these figures. They look and feel really good. We also have the boxes that come out and sort of display a runway. You can fold those out if you want to. And now we'll get into the sticker side of things. Here we have these two little carts all stickered up. And of course, we got to have the Skystriker itself with stickers. I'd like to give a shout out to my girlfriend Ray for helping me with this. I'm not good with stickers. I'm not a sticker guy. I hope, honestly, if they do any more Joe stuff, no more stickers. That's a thing of the past. But she did a really nice job. I feel like there's a lot of stuff on here you can't tell which is and isn't supposed to be a sticker. And I think it all blends pretty well. And you've got a lot of different options. I tried to go for what the box looks like, with some other details here and there, but mostly what you see on the box was my goal. And here we have the figures inside. I think they look really good. Nice. Neat. And here we have the Skystriker with its wings splayed out. This thing is really big. Really big. Here we have it loaded out with some missiles. Get that full, ready to rock and roll feel. Well, not rock and roll, but you know what I mean. Here it is with the black fins with the sticker. And then if you wanted to go for the gray fins, we also have these stickers on there. Up to you. Personal choices. Here are the thrusters on the back there, really boosting out with some action. I like that. And then some of the sort of firing effects up front. One of them came a little bent, a little warped. Not the end of the world. We also have some detailing revealed by removing a panel. Cool stuff. As you can see here, there's slots so that you can plug it into the base. Pretty self-explanatory. And with that, that is the HasLab G.I. Joe Skystriker in the O-Ring style. I really like this thing. This really feels like the definitive Skystriker. Once again, I'm not a sticker guy, so that part wasn't exactly fun, but I had some help that made it worth it. I feel like the joint for the display stand is a little loose, not a big fan of that, but everything else it comes with, the figures, the plane itself, is all really, really good. So I highly recommend, well, you can't get it now, but Hasbro, G.I. Joe, you guys did a great job with this. But thank you guys for watching. Check me out on my socials at Anthony Lantern on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe. Thank you guys. That's all I really got to say. Take care.